Our experts have spent years testing hundreds of headphones to find which ones are the best. We know that not everyone is an audiophile willing to spend hundreds on headphones they might eventually lose or break. But surely there's a middle ground between expensive mixing cans and something you buy in the convenience aisle at CVS, right? Voila! We've got 20 solid pairs of headphones for less than $50 right here, everything from sturdy over-ear models to true wireless earbuds. Number 1. HyperX Cloud Stinger. It's hard to argue the sheer amount of value you're getting with the HyperX Cloud Stinger. This is a headset that's aimed at anyone who just wants good audio and doesn't really care about any other frills or unnecessary bits and bobs. Don't get me wrong, there's enough here to satisfy most gamers, but the Cloud Stinger excels at being a straightforward experience. It's the perfect headset for beginners. The Cloud Stinger supports multiple platforms, meaning you can play on PC, the Xbox One, and the PlayStation without a hassle. The mic isn't detachable, but it can be swiveled upward to be tucked out of the way, which also conveniently mutes it. Plus it's lightweight and comfortable to boot. The only downside is that it doesn't feel particularly sturdy or substantial. I'd be careful when transporting it as it could get damaged along the way. Even if they do break, it's much less costly to replace them than it is for top-tier headsets which easily cost 3 to 4 times as much. Number 2. JLab Audio JBuds Air. The JLab JBuds are one of the few true wireless options on the list. You get 2 in-ear speakers, a choice of 3 sleeve tips, and an alternate pair of cushions for the body of the speakers. They come in a portable charging case with a tiny, built-in USB plug. Overall, it's pretty cool to get true wireless earbuds for such an affordable price. However, there are a few drawbacks. The controls are operated by pressing a button on the center of the speaker. If you're trying to adjust the sound settings while listening, that means you wind up mashing the speaker into your ear, which is uncomfortable and probably not healthy. The charging cable is tiny, and without any over-ear hook, you'd better make sure that they're firmly in your ears before you go jogging. That said, the sound is pretty phenomenal, especially considering how much hardware is packed into such a tiny space. The Bluetooth range is fantastic. The sound is solid and well-rounded with a healthy bass. And since the case lets you charge on the go, you can travel for a long time before you need to find a wall charger. At an even $50, the JBuds are right at the upper end of our price range, but they're worth it for what you get. Number 3. One Audio Pro 10. One Audio calls this headset Studio DJ headphones. It turns out that doesn't just mean nice over-ear headphones with quality sound. All of those things are present, but there are other features that make this a great entry point for someone doing more with their audio than just playing music on their phone. The headphones have a 1/4 jack and a regular headphone jack. They also come with 2 cables, one is a regular aux cable with a built-in mic and buttons. The other has a 1/4 plug on one end, and a headphone plug on the other. That means you can take that adapter cord and plug the 1/4 into your headphones and walk around listening to your phone. Then you can go to an audio interface or a mixing board somewhere, flip the cable around, and plug the 1/4 into the mixing board. The fact that the cable has both plugs and the headphone will work with either end means that you've got versatility built right in, without needing an adapter. You can also flip one of the ear cups around and listen to the room and the music at once. Finally, you can plug one headset into another to share music. These features aren't going to be useful for every single person out there, but if you're looking at DJ or soundboard work, they're great to have. These are also more comfortable and sturdier than many of the others. Even if they're not the single most comfortable pair, they have a lot going on for them. You don't have to be an aspiring DJ to get a good deal on this comfortable headset with high-quality sound. Number 4. iJoy Logo. The iJoy Logo is a pretty mixed bag. The sound is rich in some ways, but it can also sound a little distant. The controls are comprehensive, but they're not intuitive at all. For example, there's a mode button present that switches the headphones over to an FM radio mode. But what that usually meant for me was that when trying to adjust the volume, I'd switch over to radio instead, and blast myself with an earful of static. On the other hand, these have a radio tuner in them, which is pretty cool. The headphones are sturdier than some others, but they still have an awful lot of give. And the earpieces are an odd size, at least for me. They're almost over-ear headphones, but they don't quite make it the whole way. Instead, they just pin the top of my ear to the side of my head. People with smaller ears might not have this problem, though. The headphones also say that there's the option to play music directly from a microSD card, not included, but any volume of music files that would merit an SD card would also be a nightmare to navigate via the onboard interface. Finally, and this is a minor gripe, but the flashing blue light on the headset is bizarrely bright and continues flashing for the entire time the headset is synced. In the end, I found myself testing these a lot, trying to figure out whether I like them or not. There are some good decisions here, but also some baffling ones. Number 5. Alihen C8. There's a lot to like about the Alihen C8, and also a lot that's sort of holding it back. The construction of the actual hardware is nice. It's a sturdy headset that feels like it was made to travel, as evidenced by the foldability. An inline microphone includes a volume slider and a play/pause button. The cups will adjust in addition to the band. All in all, it's a well-built headset. That said, there are a few drawbacks. The sound is good, but it can feel a little thin at times. And the cups are a little small, which means that for all the adjustability, you can still wind up feeling like your ears are getting pinched, after a while, but pinched by nice vinyl, at least, instead of a hard speaker covered in mesh. Still, for $20 these are definitely a decent value for what you're paying.